It has emerged that the Royal Navy plans to acquire up to 3 survivable, non-complex warships designed from the outset to be motherships for autonomous mine hunting boats. The requirement for 4 offshore support vessels or motherships to support future mine hunting capability has been known for some time, although they were penciled into the national shipbuilding strategy. It was unclear if the 3 final vessels would be light-touch merchant ship conversions, similar to RFA Stirling Castle, heavily modified merchant ships or new-build vessels. Assuming funding is approved, it's clear the Royal Navy wants warships built to a bespoke design that will fly the White Ensign and be HMS, possibly continuing the Castle-class nomenclature. The Royal Navy wants the motherships built to higher damage control and survivability standards than would come from a merchant ship conversion. It can be assumed that these ships will have some self-defense capability, military communications fit and senses more sophisticated than just a navigational radar. The level of self-defense capability has yet to be defined, but potentially could comprise more than just crew-served light weapons. It is increasingly obvious that any naval vessel on the drawing board today should include powerful counter-UAV/UAS capabilities as a baseline. RFA Stirling Castle has conducted some initial trials, but her limitations in the intended role are already apparent. Her purchase was very good value for money and provides an excellent testbed for MHC Block 1, which is the Pathfinder program for bringing autonomous mine hunting into Royal Navy service. MHC Block 2 will be considerably more ambitious and requires motherships of sufficient capability to match. RFA Stirling Castle lacks a dedicated launch and recovery systems, other than a crane, and the 600 square meters working deck is not sufficiently large. Deck space of at least 1,000 square meters is needed to accommodate the USVs, UUVs, portable operations center and supporting kit that makes up a mission module. In a live mine warfare operation covering a large area, to achieve the equivalent and ideally better effect than existing MCMVs, will require multiple USVs to be deployed. This demands a big deck with plenty of space for the toolkit. Future USVs may evolve to be larger than the 12 to 15 meters boats of the first generation, and the motherships will need LARS of sufficient size to accommodate them. Robust LARS that can handle uncrewed boats weighing several tons. In challenging sea states and strong winds are specialist items of equipment, and there are several companies already offering advanced solutions. A stern ramp may also provide an alternative launch recovery option depending on weather conditions and the type of craft. Early autonomous mine hunting experience with RNMB Harrier operating in the Gulf from RFA Cardigan Bay and from ashore has highlighted the need for greater situational awareness. For MHC Block 2, the Royal Navy is interested in medium-sized UAS to provide basic ISR capabilities. This could be provided by the Peregrine RWUAS very soon to begin its first operations in Royal Navy service, flying from HMS Lancaster in the Gulf. Rotary wing aircraft are easiest to operate from a small ship, but more affordable options than Peregrine may suffice. The expense and complication of a dedicated flight deck may not be justified if the RWUAS can fly from the spacious working deck. One of the serious issues around the switch to uncrewed mine hunting is the loss of presence that a conventional MCMV platform offers. A crewed warship provides a measure of deterrence to adversaries and could be a convening platform for allies. The Royal Navy can no longer contribute MCMVs to NATO standing mine countermeasures groups or exercises. The mothership would be able to act as a command support vessel to AMCM group as well as offer the advanced autonomous mine hunting capabilities that many navies have no plans to adopt in the near future. The dedicated motherships would act as force multipliers. The Bay-class vessel or future MRSS long-term forward deployed in Bahrain could return to its primary amphibious role. Beyond mine warfare, the OSVs would also have the flexibility to contribute to the Royal Navy's wider undersea battle. In this secondary role, off-board systems deployed by these vessels could also conduct anti-submarine warfare, seabed warfare and military data gathering missions. In extremis, they could also be adapted for afloat engineering support, diving, salvage and submarine rescue work. In theory, the Royal Navy has created budget headroom for MHC Block 2 by the accelerated decommissioning of its MCMVs. The NAO report on the MOD equipment plan, published in November 2022, stated that Block 2 was not yet funded. A budget line should be established, subject to the business case being further developed and then approved in the defense review expected next year. Failure to fund MHC Block 2 would be a disaster, leaving the Royal Navy with a much reduced MCM capability, following the high-risk strategy of divesting conventional assets before autonomous systems are proven and ready. The construction of the 3 motherships in the late 2020s to early 2030s is another significant project for UK naval architects and shipbuilders and further justifies expanding capacity. However, it is not inconceivable that budget pressures will see the motherships descoped and cheap merchant ship conversions substituted for newly built warships. The much-delayed National Shipbuilding Strategy, Refresh, document was finally published on the 10th of March. The headlines of the program comprise 150 vessels to be built over the next 30 years, £4 billion investment, and a National Shipbuilding Office to oversee government interests in the sector. There is plenty to be critical of, but overall this is a very positive step, a coherent attempt to plan and coordinate workloads while regenerating UK shipbuilding and marine industries. Besides the obvious economic benefits, a revived commercial shipbuilding industry would clearly be good for the Royal Navy. In the long term, it would drive down costs and reduce delivery times. Following the original UK shipbuilding strategy written by John Parker and published in September 2017, there has been an acknowledgement that much more needed to be done. The new document makes a stronger commitment to a regular stream of work and broadens the scope to include the complete maritime enterprise and industrial supply chain. The above-water battlespace is becoming increasingly dangerous, and the benefits of autonomous mine hunting will not be realized if the systems cannot be deployed in contested seas. Provided MHC Block 2, including the Mothership project, goes forward, it will help restore mass and underpin the global reach of Royal Navy mine warfare forces. The Royal Navy wants the motherships built to higher damage control and survivability standards than would come from a merchant ship conversion. It can be assumed that these ships will have some self-defense capability, military communications fit and sensors more sophisticated than just a navigational radar. The level of self-defense capability has yet to be defined, but potentially could comprise more than just crew-served light weapons.